welcome to the September edition of In Development, where we give you all the news, breaking news from Washington Filmworks about what we've been up to and how we are rolling out projects. To that end, I just wanted to share some fun statistics from our fairly recent open application window for the Above the Line program. Thanks to Audra and to Aaron for doing such a great job on launching that program and Jess with her social media outreach. So we had a ton of applications, 112 to be exact, from 48 cities across the state. Pretty amazing. Those that have, most of the applications are complete and they will be moving on to be reviewed by the jury that has been selected for the program. And decisions are happening in early November. So if you applied, keep your eye on that email box because that's where you're going to get that information. And the program will officially launch November 15th. Just mentioning also that if you didn't get selected or you didn't apply, we're also going to be doing outtakes from the education component so that we can share out some of the great work that is happening at Washington Filmworks. So even if you're not accepted, don't worry, we're going to be sharing out stuff for you too. So this is also on my list of things to chat about is the open call for the Film Leadership Council. This is the first time we've done an open call for new members. The Film Leadership Council is a group of folks who from all over the state at all different kinds of level in the film industry that inform the work that we do. They look at different programs and they chat with us about what the industry needs, and that's how we work with them. So if you're interested in that, the application window closes October 6th. So think about that and get on that application. It doesn't take long to apply, but it is on our website. So check that out. And if you don't know where it lives, check out our social media. With that, oh, look, it says go to the website, washingtonfilmworks.org/Film Leadership Council. See, I told you. By the way, it's fall, y'all. I don't know if you noticed the rain, but I got the fire going. I got the pumpkin candle going, and I got all my friends here. So tonight's In Development is actually about introducing you to all the amazing people, not all of them, but our newest additions to the team. And I am delighted to introduce Zinnia and Kenneth. Oh, this is very dramatic. And Aaron. All of these folks have joined our team fairly recently, and they're working behind the scenes on our collective behalf, the industry, for you, for Filmworks, and for the board. And I'm really excited to have them here. It's, I do a lot of the talking, but I am just a small part of the amazing work that's happening at Filmworks right now. So with that, they know the first question, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a round robin of questions so that you get to know them a little bit. And the first one is a total softball, and I think they know about it. But my first question is, in 1 minute or less, can you please tell us who you are and what you do at Washington Filmworks? And I'm going to pick Aaron because he's in the middle.
Hi, I am Aaron Deontay. I am the Workforce Development Coordinator here at Washington Filmworks. My job here is sort of the behind the scenes on all the little projects that you see us creating, like Amy mentioned earlier on. If you're familiar with the Above the Line project, Audra and I have been the ones putting that together. So that's sort of my job, the outreach side of it, making sure everyone knows what we're doing. They're able to get signed up and apply to that and get as connected as possible. My goal is to get people that access that not a lot of us have. I spent the last 5 years freelancing in the film industry here in the Pacific Northwest. So I know firsthand how difficult it is to have that access. And I just love the fact that I have this opportunity to make it a little bit easier for everybody else to get that access. So that's what I do.
Well, it is so fun. We did a little table at the Northwest Film Forum local sightings, which was a fantastic experience. And I have never seen someone work a room like Aaron, man. He was working it and like walking around and saying hi to everyone, telling them about the Above the Line program. So that was really fun. I'm going to go to Zinnia next. Zinnia.
Hi, my name is
Hey.
Zinnia Sue, and I am the program transaction analyst here at Washington Filmworks. Mostly that means I help Ken with the projects in the incentive program. Once they've been approved, during the production, we review call sheets. And then after that, we review the budgets. Well, actually, the ledgers of what you spent. So you've spent all the money, you've shot your thing, and then you give it to us and we verify that you spent the money where you spent the money so that we can give you money back. So that's what I do.
So one of my favorite stories about Zinnia is that it takes a lot to impress Julie Damon when it comes to spreadsheets. But Zinnia created a spreadsheet about, as she reads different scripts and things like that. And I took a look at it. It was overwhelming for me. That is why Julie Damon and now Zinnia do these spreadsheets. But it's two peas in a pod, I would say, about you and Julie Damon in that regard. But
spreadsheets are fun. They really are.
So much fun. Nothing I would rather do. Last but certainly not least, we have Ken Hagen.
Hi, I'm Ken Hagen. You can also call me Kenneth. You see, I'll write that down sometimes. I'm the Director of Funding Assistance here at Washington Filmworks. My job entails essentially being at the first point of contact when a project comes to the Protection Incentive Program or the Small Budget Production Initiative. And I will guide them through the application process, make sure everything is on the up and up, and make it very palatable for our board to review. And then they can make a decision on whether they can enter the program or not. After that, we enter to the production phase. And as Zinnia said earlier, we review the call sheets to see where they're shooting and what they're spending money on, what they could potentially spend money on. And that comes in later to when we review it. Mm-hmm. And then after that, or during that time, I am an open door to any and all questions. My main goal is to maximize the funding return for projects within our programs, specifically those two programs I laid out earlier. And then at the end, when everything's all said and done, hopefully I've given enough instruction, we'll get a completion package in, and we'll do what Zinnia was talking about, reviewing it line by line. And we'll also review it for larger project merits on the, if everything was done properly in Washington State, and really protect the workforce. You can call us the first line of defense. Yep. And that's what I do at Washington Filmworks.
That's what you do at Washington Filmworks. And actually, Ken is a returner. Like, we worked together with Ken quite some time ago, but now he's had another second career in there and is teaching us a bunch of stuff, which is so nice. I mean, I think one of the great joys of, expanding the staff is we have a lot more varied lived experience. And so everyone has different opinions and they bring them to the table and we create the best thing that we can possibly do. So if you happen to be applying for something and you got something from applications at washingtonfilmworks.org, that would be Ken behind the scenes. So this now goes to the unfair moments for Aaron and Zinnia and Ken, because they have no idea what I'm going to ask. And I'm going to start. Ken, you're going to be the first person that answers this question. Then we're going to go down the line. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay. What is the first movie that made an impression on you? And what was that impression?
Oh, that one was easy. I probably too young. I think I was 6. I went and saw Jurassic Park. Or maybe it might have been 7. And the way I remember it, because it was, so visceral, the way that they shot it, with the footsteps and everything, very dramatic. But then when the guy got eaten off the toilet, I had to close my eyes. I was so scared.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's made an impression, eaten off the toilet. Okay, great. And I love the fact that you were 7 when you saw it, and that makes me feel like I'm 92. So thank you, Ken, for that. Aaron, same question to you.
First movie I saw that made an impression on me, The Warriors from 1970, I want to say 8 or 1979. I remember when I was a kid, I rented the Warriors game from Blockbuster, played through the entire thing. I was so obsessed with it, and my first thought after I finished it was, this would make a great movie, not knowing that a movie had been made of it like 20 years before I had ever even played it. So finally watched the movie, and it was the first time that there wasn't a character in the movie that was explicitly queer, but he was picked on often within the movie for being queer, and he was kind of the only one that was like, I do not care that he's like, I'm trying to live. I don't care that you're picking on me for being gay or whatever. So that really made an impression on me because it was the first time I had really seen a queer person in any capacity represented on screen. His name was Rembrandt. That was my favorite character in the movie. It's the first time I had seen a queer character represented on a screen, and it also wasn't directly about his sexuality. I don't even think his sexuality was officially confirmed in it. It would just be scenes where all the other guys are being chased by these rival gangs, and they're all distracted because there's a bunch of cute women around. He's the only one like, guys, can we not die, please? That just connected with my brain, my very gay brain. I'm like, they're beautiful women, don't get me wrong, but they're trying to kill you. Like, let's get a move on, guys.
Isn't it extraordinary that that film was made like in the late 70s, right? I mean, it's hard to believe that that was a brave director. And didn't we just learn, Aaron, that it's becoming a right Broadway? Am I right? Broadway play?
Becoming a Broadway play, and I'm very excited to see a musical version of it. Would be interesting because I love the soundtrack as well. So we'll see how the soundtrack makes it into the Broadway version of it. But yeah, I'm excited about it. It's also supposed to be a TV show, which I have heard nothing about. But I need to at least audition for it. I want to be a part of it.
Right. That's Aaron's other hat, so to speak. I will also say I will take this moment to just remind the community again of our enhanced incentive for telling the story of historically underrepresented communities. I mean, I think that we have come so far, but we haven't come far enough. And this is Washington Filmworks' contribution in part to trying to bring more diverse stories to the screen. So if you identify as an underrepresented or have a script that is based on an underrepresented community, then we're happy to give you more money if you make that right here in Washington State. So Zinnia, what do you got?
Well, I was trying to think. I'm not sure my impression, like my first impressions of the movie are like impactful like Ken's and Aaron's were. It was more like the experience of going to the movie. I don't know, what year did the Star Wars one with the Ewoks come out? What year was that?
I don't know, but I think we're both fired because we're supposed to know these things, right?
Right? Okay. Anyway, so that experience, I just remember like being in line with everybody, right? Everybody wanted to see it, being in line. And then I still like cute fuzzy things. So the fact that there were Ewoks in there, I don't think I paid attention to the rest of the story. I was just about the Ewoks. And then they don't even talk in words that we understand, right? And that was perfect. I don't know. I loved it. Oh,
1983.
So I'm going to date myself. Should I date myself?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead, date yourself if you'd like.
Anyway, I was little, but
I appreciate that. I'm just going to leave it there. By the way, I had a stuffed Ewok.
You did?
Oh yeah, it sat on my bed. I just love that.
Yay.
All right. Aaron, this one's coming to you first.
Uh-oh.
If you had a free Saturday afternoon, what would you do with it?
Oh, I'm going out. I want to hang out. I used to live in Spokane, love Spokane, don't get me wrong. But since I've moved to Seattle, like having this whole new nightlife to explore, every weekend I'm going somewhere, whether it's a bar or a club, I'm hanging out and I'm meeting new people always. The community here is amazing. Yeah. Free Saturday, I'm drinking wine and kicking it. That's what I'm doing.
We were laughing as we're planning a staff retreat so that we can all be in community. Our staff is all over the state of Washington. And, we said when we got together, Aaron was like, oh, we're going dancing. We got to go dancing. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm totally down with that. So I just have to be in bed by 11.
That works. Me too.
that. Okay, great. Well, all right, Zinnia, you're next.
I would do probably one of two things. Either just curl up on the couch with my cats and a book under a blanket, especially I'm feeling like the fall right now. So that would be either that, or one of my favorite things is to go with my partner, my wife, to the beach in the rain. Because like nobody else wants to go to the beach in the rain. And so we like to go to the beach in the rain. So
Zinnia lives in one of the most magical places in Washington State. And it's a beautiful cover, like all surrounded by water, just beautiful. So
yeah.
Okay, Ken.
So I would assume that free means away from my family and my small kids. If that's the case, then I would be fishing, and it would be in July, preferably.
You're calling the time of year as well?
Yeah, just because that's when fish are here.
Okay.
July,
I
August.
thought for sure you're going to say out on your boat.
Oh yeah, that's the implied with the fishing.
It's implied. It's implicit in the answer. So I was just sharing out to the community that we got treated to a little harbor cruise, and there were shenanigans on board. It was super fun. So, all right, last question. Are you ready for the last question?
That's it.
Oh, it's kind of a softball too. I feel like I should be more mean. But Zinnia, you're first.
Okay.
Ready? What are you most excited about at Washington Filmworks that will happen over the next year?
Wow, I'm excited about several things. Do I have to pick one?
You can give me a couple.
Okay, I'm super excited to see this cohort of the Above the Line class come through and see what they get from the program and how all of that works. Like I am really super excited for Aaron and Audra and that program. I'm also really excited to see what kinds of projects are coming out of the small budget program. That is very exciting. So both of those things are my top two.
By the way, and I love the fact that we've had one small budget production already complete production, and we have another one that's about to go in production, which, you know, again, like this, it's such an exciting time to be in film in Washington, and we're so excited about being able to support so many other different kinds of things. So, Ken, you're up.
I am excited to see the small budget production initiative grow and see the projects mature. And I'm also excited the fact, like, usually a finance person is not excited to spend money, but I'm excited about getting that incentive dollars out into their clients' hands so they can come back and make more film here.
Love that. I'll also say, like, it's been fun to get feedback for those of you that participated in the small budget production application process. We're coming out at you with a survey, trying to find out better how it went for you, how we can do it better next time, getting feedback from the community. And that was as a direct outgrowth of someone emailing us at Washington Filmworks. And so just want to thank that person for the feedback, maybe not by name because I didn't ask permission, but we are looking to, it was our first time. And so doing that program. So we're going to see how we can make it better. Aaron.
I'm excited about the stories coming in, working with the Above the Line program, seeing everybody's submissions come in and they're describing all of their stories that they want to make, some of the stories they already have in production. I've worked, again, like I said, I've freelanced around the Pacific Northwest for a long time. And not that I've never enjoyed any of the sets I've always been on, I always have, but it's hard sometimes seeing myself represented on screen. So getting these story ideas just flooded to us that are just a bunch of representation, seeing myself, seeing my friends, seeing people that I hang out with, seeing these stories that we don't normally get the opportunity to see here in Washington State start to get developed and have those ideas just flooding into us. I love it. I'm excited to see all of them, or as many of them as possible, get made.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's a great time to be in film, and I'm so thrilled to be. And I just want to mention, and okay, you three, if I miss people, you got to help me. Ready? Audra, Jess, Megan, Vicky, Sherry. Did I get it?
Melissa.
Oh, Kaylee, my
Melissa.
well, she was going to be my closer, but
Oh,
yes,
gotcha.
indeed. But we got them all right. So I just want to shout out because you have an amazing, passionate group of people who are looking to lift you up in this industry and make change happen. And so this is just the beginning. Oh, I just got goosebumps. Like I'm such a geek, but this is literally just the beginning. So many good things are going to happen over the next year, and we're excited. I'm so excited to share it with these folks here and then the folks that are not on screen tonight. With that, my closer, thank you, Xenia. I would like you to please join us next month so we can introduce our new Deputy Director of WhipSmart, which is the other organization that we run, to, Julie B. too. I forgot a Julie. Thank you, Xenia. That's another person too. So I want to invite you to come meet Melissa Huggins, our new Deputy Director of WhipSmart, and there's equally great stuff going on over there. So I'm excited for you to join us for that. And one other thing, believe it or not, we are planning the annual industry update. So mark your calendars for December 7th. And we got some really fun things already happening in that regard. So anyway, we're like a minute over. Thanks for being here. And yeah, we'll see you next month and with Melissa.